My very first film, Tapped, looked at the bottled water industry. And in doing that, we were looking at the plastics and BPA and other phthalates that were leaching into our water bottles. And that was the first time that I learned that there is no government agency that is testing these products to make sure that they're safe for us. And I had assumed if it's on the shelf that it's safe. But in fact, that is not the case. And I had been looking for the past 9 years for a sort of a human interest story to tell the story of chemical contamination. Our story, this story, The Devil We Know, is about a known carcinogen that's in 99% of our bloodstream. So while the story takes place in Parkersburg, it affects every one of us in this room and everybody watching this right now.
Well, I could probably start with it. It was October of 2000, Halloween, ironically, and the wife found a letter in our mailbox and brought it to me, and I read it. I didn't pay that much attention to it, but there were some things going on in the community, such as tumors in dogs. Dogs are dying all over the neighborhood with tumors. Young boys with testicular cancer, people with tumors and everything. I mean, it was a real mess, and I really didn't think too much about it. I put the letter up till about 3 or 4 months later, and I noticed that they were talking about some children with some black teeth, and I remembered back to another situation where they had talked about, the black teeth and things in cattle and stuff. So I got the letter back out, and I noticed after I read it again, it said, according to DuPont standards, these levels are safe. Well, what does DuPont have to do with our water, for one thing? So that's when I started the chain events of calling everybody, trying to find out. Couldn't, and I finally called the National EPA in Philadelphia, and they in turn sent me some documents. I saw the name of an attorney, and that's when we filed the lawsuit and the love affair started.
My hope is it's just one voice. It's Joe, it's me, it's Ken. Alone, we're single voices, but with the help of Stephanie and our crew production, we're a community. And that's what I hope will spread. It's ownership. You never are silent unless you choose to be. You have a voice, and that's what we want people to realize. That's what it's all about, holding people accountable. We shouldn't have to question, is this safe for me to use even though it's in my house already? If I can purchase it, I shouldn't have to worry about if it's safe.